Hey guys, Thunder E here, and welcome to another Superhero Hour, episode 14.
14.
How's it going, Lou?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, I'm good. Quick one before we start. I was supposed to do this earlier. I apologize, Adam. Adam Dowd, who does some stuff for us at Board at Work, part of the Pocket Network as well. He has his own podcast, and his podcast is called Tech Beard. It's a bi-weekly podcast, discussion a wide range of topics, tech, geek hour, pretty cool stuff. I actually joined them. So I'll leave the link for you guys down below. I'm going to add the link also to the Board at Work. It'll be there constantly with each video, so you guys can check that out. But it's a pretty cool podcast. Very laid back, man. Very laid back podcast. So you guys can get into it and definitely check that out. So yeah, let's get into stuff this week. How's it going, man?
I'm doing well, sir.
All right. The news this week was kind of light.
The news wasn't light. The problem I had is I was going to go get some before we started, but there's something going on with Heroic Hollywood where I clicked the link to go to Heroic Hollywood and it was giving me some message talking about theft and all that shit. So Google Chrome claimed it not safe, so I didn't proceed.
I mean, you can check other sites.
I'm sorry, but I don't care for the other sites because they put you through a bunch of bullshit.
Okay, so
I ain't got time for it.
So we're going to start with some news, and here's one that kind of annoyed me this week. So Diane Lane was interviewed, and she was asked quickly, can she spill the beans in Justice League, and this is better than Avengers? And she said no and no. Everyone ran that as being definitive news that she said Justice League would not be better than Avengers. How's it going there, Charles?
Doing pretty good.
Good. So everyone ran with that as factual news. And I saw the interview, and you know that she just answered no and no. No, she can't tell you anything, and sorry, no, being disappointed. That's all it was. Now, Heroic Hollywood ran that. Screen Rant ran it.
Everyone ran it.
Ran that news. And I was like, this is just terrible. This is a very bad way of pushing stuff out. And then, her reps had to come out and clarify that that's not what she meant. And we know very well that no one has seen the movie.
We proceeded and we forgot to put up our lower thirds.
Yes, we can put up lower thirds. Thank you very much for mentioning that. But
wow, this new overlay looks good.
But no one has seen this movie yet. And that is something that's really important to note. So I wasn't happy.
Are you talking?
Go ahead.
Are you talking about someone saying that they're calling? Are you talking about Wonder Woman? No,
I'm talking about Justice League.
Oh, okay. And the fact that people are already crapping on it, even though the movie hasn't come out yet.
No, well, because there's a question asked to Diane Lane earlier this week about if she can spill the beans of Justice League and it would be better than Avengers, and she said no and no. Now, everyone took that as her saying, no, it's not better than Avengers, and she had to come, everybody ran with that news, and she had to come out and basically state that no, her reps came out and said no, she meant that no, she can't tell you anything, and sorry to disappoint was the other no. That was simply it. Plus, we do know for a fact that nobody has seen this movie. We knew for a fact the movie is 6 months ahead. There also is the fact that they have more reshoots to do because they decided to spread their reshoots over the year. Also, to do one thing. After Wonder Woman is when the next set of reshoots would be. It might be more extensive or it might be less, depending on how Wonder Woman's reaction changes things. So we don't know. But everybody ran it as gospel, and it was terrible. Bad news. Terrible news cycle.
Why are you turning this crap on?
There is a icon at the upper right-hand corner of the interface just below the gear sign. Click that, and it should turn it on.
It's the Hangout toolbox on the left-hand side of your screen. If you don't have it, you add it. Go to Add Apps, add it there, and then you should be good to go. In other news,
I have it. I guess
just says lower third. You click on.
Yeah, I clicked on it. Now I put my stuff. How do you turn it on?
Like I said, when you have the interface open, if you look to the right-hand corner of the Hangout Toolbox interface, just below the gear icon, you're going to see a button that
I see what my problem was. I had it minimized and I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Slide it to the right for lower thirds. Now, in other news, Wonder Woman has been getting. They had a screening yesterday. They had a screening in New York, I know, on Tuesday, which I didn't get to go. And they have been having screenings for the movie. Couple of things first. Wonder Woman is 92% of film goers want to see Wonder Woman, which means a lot of people want to see it. We had word on the box office tracking at 65 million. So people started panicking as usual. And that's not going to be necessary. I think the movie will be fine. But so far, a bunch of the people who we know are in the industry, like Umberto, the guys from Collider have seen it. Gizmodo has seen it. A few other people. They can't say anything, but their positive interactions have been good. So there's been a lot of positive buzz for Wonder Woman this weekend. The best, I think the closest to an answer in terms of positive review comes from Batman on Film, who said he hasn't seen it. He's spoken to 12 people who have seen it, and they all love the movie. So that's
you talking about Kevin Smith?
No, Batman on Film, the website Batman on Film. He said he'd seen it. And he hasn't seen it, but he's talked to 12 people who have. And he was hinting this 12 people were people who'd gone to that screening that just happened. So it's not something that it's down the line, from the past or anything like that. And they all loved it. So it looks like Wonder Woman is in good hands.
Well, you look at it, it's 3 weeks out before it debuted, and they're letting you screen it. The same thing with Baywatch. They screened Baywatch this week as well.
Yeah. So
what's the reception for Baywatch?
It's a rock movie, dude. It's going to make 40 million easy.
No, but what's the reception? What about the reception for it?
There's no reception now because you can't say nothing. But if you're screening 3 weeks before the movie, actually no, the Rock's movie comes out at the end of the month, so they're screening it right about the right time. If the movie was really bad, you might not get a screening, or you wait till like 3 days before it actually releases.
Yeah, I mean, to put it in perspective for superhero movies, Guardians of the Galaxy was screened a month and probably a half beforehand.
And what wasn't it? Wasn't Civil War screened like about the same?
Was about a month. It was before BVS. It was BVS got a screen in a week before. Civil War got a screen like a month or so, something like that, I would say. So that's really good, a good sign for Wonder Woman, which is good news for WB. I think the movie will do 100 million. I think the movie will have the very low drop off. And I think you're going to see that movie carry on where more people will watch it and go like, yes. Plus, you still have a huge female audience. We've talked about this before. That's definitely going to go out there and see this movie. So there's a lot of things going forward for it. Let's see. What else is in news?
Black Lightning got picked up for series. I'm not sure when it's debuting. Is it debuting the second half of the season?
I don't. No. I think it's next end of the. No, I think first half of the season. Probably right. First half.
That's the question there because we don't know yet. But that got picked up. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got renewed for season 5, which is cool. Their season finale is this week. That stupid show Frequency and some other crap on CW got canceled, which no one cares. Timeless, I don't know if you watched it or not.
Got canceled and then
they got picked up for 10 episodes.
Yeah. So
let me see what else. Designated Survivor also got picked up. That's a show you and I both watch. I don't know how far you are this season yet, but
I'm about like 3 episodes.
I don't know how excited you two would be for this, but Gotham got picked up for a 4th season.
Who cares?
Oh God. I know you just did that on purpose.
No, yep. I was going to get to that eventually because I know some of the Fox shows got canceled. Like a lot of people raved for Pitch, but Pitch unfortunately got canceled because, not enough demand for it. But whatever. Great story, not enough demand. Shit happens. Powerless got canceled because that show sucked. Canceled, dude.
Oh, Power, sorry, I think I said Powered. Power. Sorry, I was like, Power got canceled? Really? No, Powerless. Powerless. No. I know. Powerless is terrible. I know.
Terrible doesn't describe it.
I watched 2 episodes and I stopped. That was
it. You stopped after 2. NBC stopped after 9. They said, "Stop! We're not going to air the rest of this crap."
Yeah. So
I mean, there was quite a few shows, made the cut. Didn't make the cut. I'm still waiting to see what happens with something like Mayans MC, if that'll get picked up, which I think it will. Donald Glover got another show coming.
Yeah,
on FXX, Deadpool, 10 episodes, and animated. So the question is, will they get Ryan Reynolds to do the voice? Will he be willing?
Probably he would be. Ryan Reynolds would probably take producer credit and not get paid for that if he does it.
So that's interesting.
Yeah. If I'm Ryan Reynolds, right, I need to fully own the character.
I get in on it.
Yeah, so I get in on it. I take producer credit, get minimum base pay, just to cover whatever you need to cover on that aspect, and then just move on with it.
Yep, just to keep the trend going. Hopefully it's one of those where we don't know how it's going to, because it comes out next year. But will they continue the story? Be right before the new movie comes out? Where do they want to go with it? That's what I want.
I think if they were wise, they should make it its own story,
its own universe, not conjunction to the movie.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's animated. You don't have to. I mean, that's one thing Warner Brothers has done very well with the animated. You don't have to follow anything.
And then in other news, we also got Arya Stark is casted in the new movie.
Mm-hmm.
Which we kind of knew that last year they broke it, but now it's been confirmed.
As well as the girl from Split.
Yes, her. I mean, what I did see was Charles Xavier. James McAvoy he's not going to be in the movie, which is a little interesting. So I wonder what they're going to do there.
Yeah, but he's in the Phoenix movie anyway, so.
Well, yeah, but see, you got 2 X-Men movies coming out next year, or whenever they come out. Dude, next year is shaping up to be a really big year for comic book movies.
Yeah, Warner Bros. Still only has 1 movie next year. 1 movie. Speaking of which I still think. So, I think that's pretty much it for news, guys. I was going to do a quick review of King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. So I saw the movie yesterday. And definitely, Guy Ritchie needs to direct Suicide Squad.
You think so?
Oh, yes. There was a scene in the movie, which we've seen in some of the trailers, if you watch any of the trailers, where there's a banter and they're telling the story. And there's this back and forth. If you do that scene with the Suicide Squad members, not maybe as fast, but just the same style banter where you're going back and forth, and you don't know who's lying, who's telling the truth, what's going on. It just felt like he should have done it. So the movie itself, I know the movie is not tracking well, it's not doing well this weekend. Do not let anyone fool you. That is a fun, very entertaining movie. I would, Sam gave it a 7.58 out of 10. I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10 as a movie. There's some things
it's worth watching.
Oh, it's definitely worth watching. You would be entertained because they induce a level of fantasy in there that make it worthwhile. Because I grew up with King Arthur, and I've watched a lot of King Arthur movies.
Yeah,
and
go
ahead.
Well, no, what you said, like, I've watched quite a few myself. I watched Excalibur. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Sword in the Stone, the Disney tale.
Yeah.
Found that entertaining. And a lot of people didn't like the Clive Owens one, but I really enjoyed the director's cut of it.
I like the Clive Owens one too, but the difference here is that this one brings up the fantasy more, brings up the fact that they are wizards, and they call them mages in this. The sword Excalibur has a power of its own in there. It is a powerful tool that can only be wielded by the king. So that's something that's also placed into this. And Charlie Hunnam does a fantastic job. I mean, he really shows himself in this one. You can tell his intricacies in here. in this movie. It was great to also see Thousand Eyes from.
Oh, he's in this.
Yeah, he's in this movie. Even though he doesn't have a big role, small role, but still sizable. Still in this movie. Digimon Honsu, the guy from Give Us Free, the Spielberg movie. Oh my God,
Tarzan movie.
No, the one about slaves. But he was also in Tarzan. He was also
Blood Diamond.
Yeah, Blood Diamond too. He's got a very a sizable role. The story was very simple, straightforward. The action sequences were on point. The last fight scene looked straight out of a video game. It looked a little bit cartoonish, but for what they were trying to do and showcase, it had to be CGI. And some people may look at it as CGI fest. I looked at it more like that was like a boss fight in a video game. Has anybody played Shadow of Mordor here?
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah,
I've never beaten it, but I've played a little bit of it.
It's like the movie is like Shadow of Mordor mixed with King Arthur and the Shadow of Mordor boss fights, like an epic big boss fights. So it was a fun movie. Like to me, I think the bad part about the movie is it came out in May. It should have come out in August. It should even come out in July, even, but not now.
Not July. July is the middle of summer, and it would have got crushed then too.
No, there's really what else is coming in July other than Spider-Man?
I'd have to look, but
nothing big. That's the big July movie.
Isn't Planet of the Apes coming in July?
End of July, I think.
But Rick Bad Boy wants to know what was the movie's length? An hour 45, 2 hours.
I don't know. It felt like it just flowed. To me, it felt like it flowed. I have to see the runtime.
But then that's a good movie when you're watching it and it just goes by and you don't even notice how long you're sitting down.
Yeah, because one of the things that they did well in this movie, I think I saw when he was talking to Conan and he said, they didn't want to make King Arthur.
Conan.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Conan O'Brien? Whatever the hell's name is.
Yeah. He didn't want to make this movie feel like it's King Arthur was righteous and he wanted to do this. In this movie, I mean, he didn't grow up as a king. He grew up in a whorehouse. So he has a very different mentality.
He kind of grew up the way the Sword and the Stone kid grew up, but minus the whorehouse.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like that. And so he has different mentalities. He's not as righteous as you think. He does things for self-interest. And his final goal to do what he wanted to do was for self-interest in a sense, but it's also for everybody's well-being, which is what human beings do. So to me, I like that aspect about it, but I also like the fantasy aspect in there. Jude Law as the villain was really good. It was better than every Marvel villain.
Hopefully, but see, here's what I want then. Since the movie can't make the money its opening weekend, hopefully it will have good word of mouth and it just carries for like a month, making 15, 20 million, where it can, sustain and make some of the money, and then when it goes overseas, captures the rest. Unlike Power Rangers, where now the sequel is in jeopardy.
Yeah, I say this movie will do very well come TV, come DVD release, come Blu-ray. I think this will play much better for that because a lot of people will go, let me see, and you start watching it. The intro sequence is great. A lot of things in the beginning of the movie that just get you in, and then you start watching. So I say it's a good movie. If you want something to watch other than Guardians of the Galaxy this weekend, that's a very good movie to go check out. So for me, it's a solid watch.
Right, that's the problem. Guardians probably wins the box office next week too.
Yeah, I think it will. I think it will in that aspect.
Alien Covenant, I don't know if it has enough legs to beat a Guardians type movie.
It might beat Guardians next week. It might. If Aliens is coming out next week, then probably it would probably.
Alien comes out next week, and then the week after that, I believe, is Pirates and Baywatch. But that's counter programming. That's a comedy versus fantasy.
I thought Alien Covenant came out yesterday.
No, it's not. Yeah.
No, next weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's just not out yet, and it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. But so far, Except for me, the movie is a solid movie to watch. So that's pretty much it. Now let's move on to our show topics, and we're going to start off with American Gods. Because remember, it is Sunday. So starting off with you, Charles. Episode 2. What do you think?
I like the episode overall, but the thing that I had an issue with is that my two favorite parts of the entire episode were right at the beginning during the slave ship, where you had Orlando Jones show up, and he was playing Anansi, Mr. Nancy. Mm-hmm. I thought that scene was fantastic. I thought it was amazing. The cinematography was amazing. It was great. Then after that, I got a little bored with what was going on. I mean, the scene at the electronics department with media talking through the TV, I thought that was kind of
cool. That was cool, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. But then the other major part of the episode that I thought was phenomenal was the extremely intense checkers game.
With Chernobyl. Is it Chernobyl or Chesnobyl?
I don't know, but he's our favorite Russian person in every show.
Yes. And
he's a god.
Yeah.
He's a god.
I know, but just saying in general. In any movie or TV show, he's the Russian guy, right?
Yeah. The thing that I don't understand though is that he plays a Russian guy, but the actor is Swedish.
He does a good job. I mean,
he does a good job. I mean, everything he's in from freaking Armageddon down, he's always played a Russian.
Yeah, I guess he is. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, like you're playing like Russian guy number 4 or something.
Lou, what do you think?
I thought the episode was good. Like, I wait till Saturdays to watch it since we're doing it on Saturdays. So literally, I watched it right before we went live. I had finished like an hour beforehand, and I find the episode to be entertaining. You see more of the backstory between Shadow Moon's woman and that dude, where he doesn't want to believe it, but
yeah,
it's a tough scenario, but it is. You know, hey, going through the phone, you might find things you don't want to see, buddy.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. He saw the picture, then he put the phone down, then he looked at a picture that was framed on the counter, and it had the same picture in there. I actually chuckled at that, going like, "Oh, look, another penis."
Yeah, it's so wrong. I enjoyed the episode a lot. I like the beginning, absolutely. I like the beginning for 2 reasons. Number one, Orlando Bloom killed that intro.
You mean Orlando Jones, not Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, thank you, Orlando Jones. Thank you. I didn't say Bloom. Orlando Jones, killed the intro as Anansi, or Mr. Nancy. I also like the fact that they spoke Igbo, which is Nigerian language. The guy in the slave ship. I don't understand Igbo. I know some words, but I was listening to that. I was like, what? Pause. Rewind. Let me hear that again. So that was cool, but it was a great scene. And then I saw an interview with Orlando Jones where he basically talked about this and said that he wanted to try a different intro from what was in the book, because that's not the intro in the book, and it's not as intense as it is in there. I mean, his intro. So that was good to see that. I liked everything overall. I understand the slow moments. I think the slow moments are almost for Shadow, aka the audience, to slow down some of the things, because I've heard of some people who really enjoyed the first episode said that it was a little crazy, didn't understand, blah blah blah. So they didn't want to go the what's the other show on FX about the mutants, Legion route, where Legion's first episode was more confusing and less understanding. So I think that's what they were trying to do with that. I think maybe past episode 3, then we'll see things kind of pick up more, where they've done all those basic introductions around for us, and then we can move into the meat of the matter on the show. But we got to see what's her name again, the goddess, the one that keeps swallowing people through her Bequist, man. She showed her swallowing a lot of people. A whole bunch of folk.
And then saw a naked guy floating in space.
Yeah. The first naked guy from the first episode. I loved media. I love the way media just used I Love Lucy. It's not Love Lucy.
Yeah, it was I Love Lucy.
Lucy. Yeah, I Love Lucy to jump in and kind of just mess with Shadow Moon. We got to see a Jin quickly in the diner. The guy, the Indian guy with the glowing eyes.
Mhm.
That was a Jin. Quickly moved in and out. So I like where the setup is, and just have to see how it all plays out. I think there still is one more episode of setups with, some of the new gods now and some of the old gods. And then I think from episode 4 is when we get it. But the show's been picked up for a second season already. So that's good news. And I like the way they're going with things on the show. So that should be fun. Should be fun to see. Lou, anything? I put Lou on mute because I knew he was shuffling around. If you want to chime in, Lou, just unmute yourself and then you can chime in. If not, you can stay right there. All right. Let's move on to Supergirl.
Okay.
All right. What do you think, Charles? The episode.
I thought it was all right. The stuff that was going on with
Damn
Guardian.
you! I had something else to chime in with.
Okay, fine. Go ahead and chime in.
Well, then why didn't you say anything?
Because I was muted and I'm in the kitchen.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Chime in.
Okay. What you were saying, the only issue I have with the episode is the chess match was set up, or the checkers match. My mistake. The checkers match sets up. If you win, I go with you. But if you lose, I get to bash your brains in. We all know Shadow Moon is not dying.
Yeah.
So that type of dialogue there should have probably been better served as a season finale type of a thing, even though we know we can't get it there.
No, I disagree. What that sets up is what he considers for who Shadow Moon is. He will intervene and make a deal for Shadow Moon, Odin, or Mr. Wednesday. That's why. It tells us Shadow Moon has a greater importance than just being his driver.
I think so too. I think the sisters figured that out as well through that weird tea.
Yeah, tea. Yeah, the black. I mean, it's not weird tea. Tea can usually be black. Depends on what you get. But I think that is what you're going to see, is that he knows the importance. Maybe he's a sacrifice at the end for him or something. I don't know, but there's an importance for him in this.
Well, overall, I'm liking what they're doing with it. I'm kind of bummed that we're only getting 8 episodes, but hey, I'll take what they give us.
Mm-hmm. I think next season will be 10 or 13, something like that, because as quickly it was picked up, you're going to see them go, okay, fine, you like it, let's flesh this thing out properly now. Let's do some more with the show.
Well, as much as I would like to go 13, I think the most I go is 10.
Yeah, probably 10. Okay, so Supergirl, you're saying, Charles.
I don't know. I mean, I thought the episode was all right. The stuff that was going on with Guardian, I was okay with. The fact of like how people thought that he was like a monster and all that. Because I mean, I kind of understand why. Because you take a look at Supergirl, where her outfit is all like colorful, and she doesn't hide her face or anything like that, which is great. People can trust her. But with Guardian, he's wearing a mask. His costume is dark and mostly black. So and he only comes out at night, so people can think he's a bad guy. So that I understood. The stuff that was going on with Rhea and Lena Luthor, that was to be honest, I'm surprised it took Lena as long as it did in order to realize that Rhea was a bad person. I thought that she was being a little naive, being helpful and understanding.
I mean, I get it, but I the one thing I liked about that is that she was trying to prove she was better. I think that was it. When they mentioned that part about, getting Lex to solve this. Mm-hmm. For her, this was her chance that, Lex had never done anything like this. He never built a teleporting portal. So for her, it was like, if I build this, I not only help my company, but I beat my brother. I mean, maybe they didn't emphasize that enough. I think they should have, so that at least it was more her saying, I did this.
Yeah, but little does she know she created a portal for Earth's destruction.
Yes.
Well, not destruction, just takeover. The Daxamite the Daxamites are coming to Earth to create a new Daxam, where pretty much the humans will be subjugated.
Okay,
hey,
so tell me why again when they land there, all three of them, she just pushes Manhunter away. I mean, the guy is the strongest person among all three. She just goes, and then she tosses with Supergirl. She shouldn't even be as strong as Supergirl. Daxamites are not even close to being that strong.
You know why? You know why? It's the CW's way of dumbing down stuff to make shit more appealing for the audience. But you and I both know that that's just a crock of horse crap, and they should stop doing that and just focus on the story at hand. And if freaking Supergirl's gonna get her butt whipped, let her get her butt whipped by somebody of her level. Not
and I'm sorry though. Monel should have shot his mom. He should at least shot his mom in the leg.
Oh, I was gonna say, would you do that? Would you shoot your mom?
If my mom did something like that, I'll shoot her in the leg. I wouldn't kill her.
You really?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't kill her. No, I'll just shot her in the leg. Because I know it's not. See, the thing is, this is like when I think like this. This is how I normally think. I go. I got superpowers. You got superpowers. The bullet will only kill you if I shoot you here. So boom, there you go. Why the hell did you do this? Then we talk. That's just it. It's not like I'm. That's why I said like I get it. I get the understanding though, but or at least I pushed her away or something. I don't know. Like I'm not. I just don't buy it. I just don't buy that. No. I'm sorry. If you have a parent that is trying to destroy the world, not stop you from hooking up with your girlfriend or wife. That is what parents normally would do in the first place. That is standard affair. But when you take that over to killing everyone else or subjugating them, come on. Just saying.
And then using the excuse, oh, your father died of a broken heart. No, witch, you killed him.
Yeah, there's no way. It's almost like she said, your dad was just a softie. You know, I mean, like, come on. You know your dad. Would he have died from a broken heart? Killed himself? Really? Are you sure? Come on. But anyway.
It's setting up, I guess, for a good season finale. Because I like how
with Superman is hard coming in.
Well, all the ships came through the portal, and then when you see them in the city, they're starting to form a bigger ship.
Yeah.
So I like how small ships can form a bigger ship. I kind of think that concept is cool. But let's see what happens. We also know this week is the return of Cat Grant.
I was going to say Cancun.
Hey, if you want to go to Cancun, let me know. We could go hang out.
Yeah, I mean it was, but it was another okay episode. Some good moments. I did like the moment with Jimmy Olsen. I thought his own side was better, understanding that he doesn't have to just be rah-rah the whole time.
You know what I noticed in this episode with Jimmy Olsen?
I like the part where he said, "You're black too, man. You go talk to him," because he's like, not necessarily pulling the race card, but it's like, look, I don't have to, but it was just that kind of thing.
But that, I think, is going to open up a relationship for him because he needs a love interest. Since he's getting with the little kid, the mom is going to start showing some affection towards him. I'm telling you, James got his love interest now.
Oh no!
I got that idea too, and I was hoping that it wasn't true.
I just hope it's not true. It's CW, though.
We'll find out next season.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, it was for me. It was an okay episode. All right, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, now
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was actually kind of badass.
Of course.
The way this is all right. I'm gonna say it right now. What's her name? Mallory Jensen, who is the actress who plays Ada.
Ophelia?
Ophelia, Madam Hydra, whoever. I don't care.
Oh, she's killing it.
Oh, my God. That scene where she started freaking out, that very moment where she screamed no at Fitz, I was like, I got like cold chills down my entire body. I was like, oh, my God. Is she about to murder everybody?
Yeah. She is. No, I mean, I definitely enjoy. Look, Agent of Shield. Now this is so the difference here with Agent of Shield and so right now, my best show of the season is Agent of Shield, followed by Arrow. Right? Then
the way they broke things up.
Not just broke things up. They had a storyline for a whole season written out properly. Because even the slow episodes that people were like, they're losing interest. It was to make sure you build it properly so that when we get here, now that Ada is now a failure and has inhuman powers, everything makes sense. And that, what's the guy's name? The Russian guy's name?
I was on IMDb just
something about being something about being the perfect human or whatever it is. He is now the perfect human because he has multiple bodies and his mind is just controlling all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ophelia's killing one and he's just watching like, are you done?
Yeah.
Well, no, like, he asked her, feel better now?
No, yeah, he said feel better now, yeah. But that's the thing. Now you have two villains. I mean, it was great. It was great. I liked the exchange between May and Phil Coulson. Phil's like, Phil wants to tell her, but he can't tell her yet. And he's like, yes, that's right. You try to kill me. You try to kill me. You know, those kind of things were cool. And then, of course, the very end.
The Rider.
I was like, yes. As soon as I just heard the thing spin up, I was like, we know who's coming back.
Yep. Yeah, I knew it. I knew he was coming back too. The question is that is he going to be coming back for next season?
I don't think you need him for next season. You just end it with him killing Ada. He's the one who's probably going to kill her, which kind of sucks. Because I wouldn't mind her being a villain going forward.
But
yeah, just because of, I mean, her acting is on point, and I would love to see more of her as a villain in this version. It would have been so awesome.
But here's the thing, though: if they kill her, I think she will come back with that guy, the Russian guy. The Russian guy's not going to die.
Oh, no.
So he can bring her back, but he'll probably bring her back with lesser powers, just so she's not overpowered than him. Because, you know, he was the one who built the machine. He knows how that machine works. So he can bring her back whenever he wants. But at this time, he'll probably bring her back at a lesser level or put her back into a machine or something.
Yeah, because this is a slight spoiler for you because you're not caught up on the 100, but he's not on that show no more.
Yeah, so he's got I figured.
So now he could play more of a role on this one if they choose to keep him. Because thinking about that, because now he's not there, he could be here, and then also Yo-Yo's a fool, man.
Yeah, I was not happy about that. And on the subject of the 100, I just recently got caught up with the 100. Yeah, I'm pissed that they killed him off. I am really pissed. I liked him. I liked King Rowan. I thought he was a badass. I thought he was a good friend to Clark.
I'm sick of Clark, dude. Clark, to me, they could kill Clark off and I'd be happy.
Oh, I'm the same.
Her fucking self-righteous ways, pardon the French, but she's starting to really piss me off.
Yeah.
You'll get there eventually when the season comes out on Netflix and you binge it. But you'll notice 8 days after it finishes on the CW, it'll be available on Netflix.
Okay, that's good. I'll be there to watch it. But I think that will work well. But right now the show is just it's running on all cylinders. I mean, it's running smoothly, and I know Yo-Yo was being foolish, but you know when you love someone, you do stupid things. And that's just what Yo-Yo did, you know, and I get her and I get what she said. She was angry and I get even though it was his child. She was like, knock him out or something. And that's what she should have done. If I was Quake, no, that what Quake did was foolish. If I was Quake, I would have just gone, poof, knock him out, tosses his butt in there. Be pissed at me later.
I don't know. It's one of the catch-22.
There's no catch. That's how I am. I don't even care. I don't even care. You can hate me for the rest of your life.
Evil person today.
Yeah, I'm just saying you hate me for the rest of your life, but you still be thanking me, going, "Yeah, I would have been stuck there," and it's not real.
And the sad thing is now Yo-Yo puts herself in the framework. She's stuck to a freaking chair.
She has no powers. No powers. You know that, right?
And they're rioting.
Yeah.
So she just basically went into a world that is on the verge of chaos.
Chaos, exactly. So to me, that's the thing where I'm like, look, if I agree with Yo-Yo, she should have just knocked him out and just tossed him in there. That's it. I can see somebody's playing with a cat over there.
Yes. Oh, Catman.
Evil creatures. Evil.
No, they're not. My
creatures.
cat is the coolest cat on the planet.
I don't care how cool your cat is. It's evil. All cats hate me. I know that for a fact because my allergies are terrible with them. It's just downright bad.
You're not going to get into a sneezing fit through the call, man.
I don't care.
But see, the good thing is,
eyes. She's looking at me.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has a formula, and hopefully they do it next season.
Yeah.
Break down your story into 8 episodes, 8-episode chunks with one overarching storyline throughout the whole thing, and it works brilliantly.
Oh, the only thing they need to do is that when they do that transition over, they just need to speed it up a little bit. I mean, for me, it was fine. Everyone else was kind of going away. So just speed it up a little bit where, I think this audience is used to a faster pace, so you don't need to slow it down for them, in that sense. But yeah, it was solid.
I want to pose this question to the both of you because there's been some chatter that they kind of want to see Ward back, but the Ward that we had in the framework.
I mean, it would have been fine if that machine was still available. But remember, they destroyed the oil rig because you can download people.
But like you just said, the Russian built the machine.
No, the Russian
had the Darkhold, and he could probably build another one.
Yeah, but he won't bring Ward back. That's not who he wants to bring back.
Oh no, they won't bring none of those characters back. I think it was just a nice little send off for the Triplet, Ward.
Yeah.
The feud that we saw in the episode.
Exactly. It was a nice little send off for those kind of characters. That was it. There was nothing else involved. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. knows that what the show has done well, that The Flash, which we'll get to, hasn't done well, is move forward from characters. Going back to a reverse Flash, this and that kind of stuff. All this, not to me, the Flash problem is not speedsters, it's the fact that they go back. That's the thing.
The Flash problem is the fact that they made freaking Emo Barry evil, and it's stupid.
So let's move on to the Flash since we've already gone there.
We segued into it lovely.
Yeah, the Flash. I get the reason. No, I get how he became evil Flash through a time remnant. That makes a lot of sense. That is fine. I still didn't buy the fact that he went and killed Iris. That is the one part that I'm like, as much as he was pissed, there's one thing about Barry Allen. Iris is the one person that keeps him there, right? So why would he kill her? Is it because it's not his Iris? Really?
Did he have an Iris?
He's a time remnant. He shouldn't.
So does he have an Iris?
No, but exactly, right? It shouldn't even matter. I get the time loop. I get that. I get how he created that and all that. That's fine. That was cool. No problem. But really, Barry Allen killed Iris West?
And then he's the Barry Allen from 2056?
It was, the time loop is a chicken and egg thing, which I get. It's basically once he was created once, he basically left a version of himself to close the loop constantly. And that was it. Done. So that part is fine. I mean, remember, time travel is always messy, man. No time travel theory is correct in any of the movies
fine.
you
I
watch.
get that. That is fine. The fact of the matter is just
the killing of Iris West is the part where I just didn't get.
Dude, why create an evil Barry when in the comic Savitar was an Egyptian god? If you want to change it up a little bit, change it, but keep it somewhat accurate to the comic, not this stupid donkey show.
He wasn't an Egyptian god, he was a Hindu god.
Okay, whatever. Same shit.
It's not the same thing.
He's a god.
Hindu
God,
god
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
You need a yellow light in the background so you could have your little trifecta there.
Okay, I can put a yellow light on.
You got the Power Rangers themes going.
Go Power Rangers.
Oh, you should have seen it earlier today, boy. They were the Power Rangers for show.
What are you talking about?
There you go. Are you happy now?
Yep. If you can make one green, bam.
Keep talking.
Turn one of those red ones to green.
Keep talking.
And then we have a nice, perfect stoplight.
Careful, car might come through.
I mean, Charles, do you have anything to interject with Flash, or do you want to just move on to Arrow?
I would have to say, with my thoughts on Flash, is the only good part of the entire episode, in my opinion, was like the first 5 or 8 minutes when you had Savitar and Barry talking to each other and they had that fight scene. I thought that was cool. But the whole arc when they erased his memory, I was like, really? Move this along. I got really bored.
I actually liked it, though.
I got bored real quick. I did.
I didn't get bored. I actually enjoyed it because it was, for Iris, the Barry she probably would always want.
Yeah.
Where he has no worries. He's as free as the world, has no powers until he kisses her.
The thing that I didn't like about that is that even though I understand that people don't want him feeling that kind of pain, that pain is what makes him who he is.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. And again, but it's not just that. It's a matter of, remember, to me, that was the best part of the show, because she said, I remembered when you cried as a kid. And she's like, now I look back, that's probably when I fell in love with you. Even though she could put it that way. You know that it was cheesy, but it's actually true. That's the first time she connected with Barry. I won't say fall in love, but connected with him. Yeah, and it carried on from that point on. So that's why I said I enjoyed that part more, because you're looking from her eyes. She loves this guy. She will always love this guy. And to have him stress-free and not deal with anything, and he's just the Flash because he's the Flash, not because his parents died or anything, right?
He was stupid, which was funny.
She's like, this is great. This is the person that I would like him to be. And again, that's why you had the dad there to say, look, at the end of the day, that's not Barry. That's not the Barry you fell in love with. That's the thing. You know, as much as you want him to be this way, that's not the man you fell in love with, because the man you fell in love with, if this guy continues, does not exist anymore.
You didn't enjoy the fact that he was reading through Google Glass and he sat there and said, smiley face. The judge is looking at him like, what?
Nobody should say smiley face in public. Come on.
Yeah, you guys are going to hate me, but during that whole court scene, I fast forward through it.
Wow. Only Charles.
I couldn't do it. I just wasn't going to watch that. I was like, you know what? This is like an opportunity to create some sort of like awkward form of comedy. So I was like, yep, fast forward.
Fatal 421 says, why would future Cisco reject Remnant Flash?
Neglect.
I don't know.
Did he not know about it?
There were two. The thing is that they knew that there were two Barrys. They knew that there was one main Barry and one time remnant, and they didn't really be. I guess you could say they were only how they normally are with the real Barry, and sort of they disregarded the.
Because he's a time remnant. He's not technically real.
Yeah.
So is now Barry going to go around killing all his time remnants every time he uses them? Make sure they don't come back to haunt him later in the future.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it is. But I think they need to clean up towards the end of the season, and then next
season, boy, they better get their. They're kind of falling in that Arrow slump.
Yeah, season three. Remember how Arrow season 3 started off good, started falling in slump, and we go season 4.
I mean, the worst 2 seasons of Arrow were 3 and 4, because 1 and 2 were good. 3 and 4 sucked.
3 started off well. Remember, 3 started off well. Remember, we were supposed to get Raj Al Ghul, and then
garbage.
And then when we got him, it became trash. So it's the same thing. It was supposed to get a speed guard, and then we got him, and then it became trash.
Seriously, they need to stop this crap. They prolonged this whole reveal of whoever this guy is so late in the season. It's getting old.
Yeah, I know.
Mix up your formula. Okay, granted, supposedly next season we get no speedsters, or maybe the few that we already have, but no speedster as a main villain, which is fine. Become formulatic and just give us the villains of the week where everything connects at the end of the season.
No, I disagree. I don't even want that. No, I want them to come up with a storyline, not villain of the week. Look at Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They did not give us villain of the week. They gave us a storyline.
Well,
And
you notice that it took them 4 seasons to get there.
no, but Flash is already at that point where it can't. That's season 4, right? Next season. So fine. Do it. Give us a storyline to cover. You know what? This season, you give us a storyline. The problem with this season is that the storyline really is supposed to be Flashpoint. They didn't give us, if they give us Flashpoint as the storyline for this season, or even half of the season, it would have been so much better. If Flashpoint was the one that caused the remnant, not him causing the remnant in the future. If you had done it where Flashpoint was the remnant, and by the end of season, first half of the season, you realize that the remnant is Savitar, then that makes Savitar now more important throughout the second half. Because you've gone through Flashpoint, you've seen all the different mistakes he's made. Now realize he was the one who created the biggest mistake of all. Forget like people losing powers and that. You just created Savitar, who is your worst enemy ever.
Oh, but yet Reverse Flash was his worst enemy. Then Zoom was his worst enemy. Now this guy's his worst enemy. What are we gonna get next year? Freaking Killer Croc as his worst enemy?
No, not that. But I'm just saying that in the comics, Reverse Flash and Zoom are his 2 worst enemies. But in a sense, if you make future Barry can be his worst enemy. I mean, you are your worst enemy. That's just what it is.
You know,
yeah. So I'm just saying that
brother-in-law is faster than him. Go figure.
Who?
His brother-in-law, Kid Flash.
Wally West.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
not anymore in the comic books. So.
Oh, will they eventually get there? Barry finally catches him and surpasses him?
Oh, Barry is still considered the fastest in the comic book. Wally West was fast for a little bit. Barry Allen. I said Barry West. Barry Allen is the fastest. There's just pretty much it. The only person who could probably come close is Impulse, but he's Impulse, as the name implies.
He's impulsive.
Yeah. So, that's pretty much it. Villain of the week is not. I don't want to go to that Smallville villain of the week crap, man. I hate it. If you want to do funny, cool episodes that have villain of the week in there, but it's a lighthearted, really funny episode, that's fine as a filler, but do not give me villain of the week.
Honestly, I don't remember where I saw this. It might have been on Heroes, or it might have been TV Talk, where they said the best thing that all these shows can do is drop down to 13 episodes and do one massive.
Isn't that what we said? No, we said that.
We've been saying it too. We've said it too, but I don't think we dropped it as far as 13. Like the 100th season went back to 13 instead of 16.
We said 13. We said 13 episodes and crisscross it, and do whatever you do, and you can have your massive storyline, finish one clear story, and you're done. And then you can even add more comic book shows if you want to at that point now, because you have 13 episodes.
Yeah, because it seems to be the WB CW is canceling all the other shows they bring out.
Yeah,
they just
these other shows are not doing well, and the CW.
Josh. Now, no. Not everybody has to be on the DC train. They're biased people who like all sorts of things comic books.
What's Josh saying? I mean, he said F Collider.
Heroes. I watched your Twitter handle, my friend. You be getting into some DC fanboy beefs, dude.
Take it easy, Joshua. Look, the biggest DC fanboy is here. I consider myself a big DC fan, but you gotta understand, yeah,
this is the man who literally wants Cortana to say when he walks in the door, "Yes, Jarrell. How may I help you?"
I didn't say Jarrell. No, I don't want Jarrell. Jarrell's stuck up.
No, you want Jarrell to be the computer, and you can sit there and say he replies back to you as Kal-El.
No. I mean, as much as a Superman fan, if I'm going to have a butler, it's going to be Alfred. Take it or leave it. Look, you know why I don't want Jarrell? It's a Smallville Jarrell just pissed me off. That guy was so hardcore. So I don't want to have Jarrell be like, if I tell Jarrell, turn on the lights. No, Kal-El.
That's what Google Home tells you now.
I know, right? So yeah, I don't want that happening. But anyway, They need to change things. Let's move on to Arrow. Arrow.
You know, when you think they outsmarted Adrian Chase, they didn't. Adrian Chase let himself get caught for a reason. And I think that reason is going to play into this week's episode with the sun.
Yeah. Yep. Very much so. Very much so.
I could believe that.
What?
They say a lot of inconsistent things.
Oh, you mean Collider? Yes, they do. But yeah, everybody says inconsistent things, in general. What do you think about the episode, Charles?
I liked it, but I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good episode. However, the fight scene when Oliver and Diggle were going up the stairs and they saw Prometheus standing there. For a second there, I thought that wasn't him. I thought it was somebody pretending to be Prometheus, like a patsy. And so I was a little surprised when he took off the mask and it was him. Because, I mean, something about it just felt...
Yeah, me too. Easy. Me too. But when he started beating him, he started beating Oliver a little bit more. I was like, this is definitely Prometheus at this point.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just something about it felt too easy. And now with Lou explaining the whole thing, saying that he wanted to get caught because he still holds Oliver's son.
Well, that's just how I see it, because he's been beating Oliver's butt all season long, mentally and somewhat physically. And then all of a sudden, Oliver tells you your daddy was going to disown you. You lay your sword down and you give up so easily.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
Okay, my daddy disowned me. F him. That's just my motto, but hey.
Well, I didn't really expect him to say, like, F him or anything like that, but I expected him to say to Oliver that he didn't believe him. That Oliver was saying that to him in order to get him to lay down arms and everything. And so I was disappointed that he did lay down his arms. I was disappointed by that.
Yeah, I was. But, I mean, Arrow still was writing well. This episode felt a little rushed. I have a feeling like, to me, I'm a little bit disappointed I'm not seeing more of Black Canary. I want to see more of her, but I think they're saving her for the next season. Because you can tell she jumps in, she does a couple of things, but then they kind of put her in the back. So I just want to see more of Black Canary. Because I was like, yeah, this girl
sucks.
Huh?
Her fighting sucks.
He's still better than Laurel's, though.
Oh, no. I think she's under one of those things where training-wise, she hasn't picked it up just yet. Now that she'll be a series regular next season, she'll be able to kick better butt. Anything is better than freaking Shovel Face.
Oh, come on, no.
That's a running joke that we have in the Geeks of the Round, where she was called Shovel Face.
No. That's just wrong, man. Come on. That's wrong. Just keep it easy.
Oh, man, but like I said, dude, I have to agree with you. Shield, this has been the best season.
Mm-hmm.
Arrow second. I'm putting Supergirl ahead of Flash because Flash has just been a disappointment.
I'm sorry. You don't know me. Power inconsistency, terrible storylines. Come on, man.
But the Flash has had the same crap.
No. At least the Flash has Cisco. Okay?
Oh, because he can make you laugh. Well, Supergirl has Win, and he's just not as good.
He's not Cisco. That is a third-rate Cisco, man.
Not even.
Remember, Win is now a tech genius. Supergirl went the Smallville formula. Win used to just code. Now he can create anything. Cisco has a degree. He has how many degrees and a PhD in school for that stuff? At least with Cisco, look, the one thing about Flash is the consistency of the team. The power levels of the team is on point. Whether it's Cisco, whether it's Caitlin, whether it's now Julian, right? They're all good at their respective fields and they can do stuff. Sometimes Cisco can't create something, which is why they had to bring that other girl to create the Speed Force cannon, right? Because Cisco couldn't do it. But in Supergirl, Wind can create everything.
Even Wind.
Supergirl's last, man. I mean, it's like Gotham territory.
Oh no, Gotham will always be garbage.
I love it.
Batman, you're garbage.
Charles is like this. Don't mess with my Gotham. No.
Well, since it's just me and you who watched this one, I hope you watch the season finale of Billions.
No, I haven't yet. I'm saving.
Oh my lord! I want to know your take on the season finale, dude. That shit was awesome.
I'm catching up on Billions. I'm gonna watch a couple more episodes and catch up.
Oh, you seem like you're behind a couple. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm behind a couple. I'm like 3 episodes. So 3 plus the last episode. So that's all 3 in there.
Work. Oh, you did have a lot of weddings. You did get married 2 weeks ago.
Man. But I went off-roading this weekend. I mean, this week. So
yes, I saw that. It seemed exciting.
Yeah, it was cool.
Were those Jeep Wranglers or were they Jeep something else?
Jeep Rubicons, and then we went somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Virginia. I was going to live stream it, and I didn't have consistent signal to live stream. So
I'm sorry, Joshua, but if you ain't got freaking Batman in it, your show sucks.
Joshua says the first DCU needs jokes. Now they say it's too jokey. Who said that?
He's referring to the Glider guys.
Who said that? I mean, I haven't watched any of the Collider shows recently, so I don't know. But anyway, I think that's pretty much it, guys. I don't think there's anything else we need to cover. We'll be back at 6 p.m. next week. Or should we do 5? Do we change the time?
No, I don't like this 5 o'clock thing, man.
Oh man,
I had to get.
How about you, Charles?
Dinner and all this other
How
stuff.
about you, Charles? It's a voting system. 6 or 5, Charles. 6 or 5.
To be honest, now that I have a working computer, I'm good with either 5 or 6.
Pick one.
All right, fine. I'll catch you in the middle. 5:30.
Okay, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock it is then. Until something else happens or we have to change time. But
well, I mean, let's be real. We only got like 2 weeks left of shows. Or what are we gonna do for the summer?
Yeah, that's true. Well,
I mean, our summer
we have Preacher, and we also have Game of Thrones coming back.
That is. But Game of Thrones is a Sunday show, regardless. That we got the panel for that one.
That's a dedicated Sunday.
The Strain.
No,
oh,
actually,
please, who's watching that garbage?
Actually, Game of Thrones might be going back on board at work because that's where we started Game of Thrones. Remember?
Hey, we could record on board at work and upload it to OnBoored because
Yeah, we'll upload.
That is the dedicated Sunday evening show.
Yes,
Preacher. I'm not sure if Preacher's staying on Sundays or Mondays. I don't know when they're doing that one.
But
it's Mondays.
Game of Thrones will be back. Andrew will be back to join us in Game of Thrones as well.
Sam, Warren.
Sam might be back. I mean, I don't know if Warren would be. It all depends. But I think Sam might be back for Game of Thrones. But it should be exciting because it's just 8 episodes to go through. So,
isn't Ash versus Evil Dead coming back too?
Yeah, it is. It's coming back. Yeah, but I know Sam
aired that.
Sam watches that. No, but yeah, they did, right? Or didn't they?
They aired that at the beginning of the year.
Okay. It's renewed for another season. I know that. So that's coming back, but I'm not too sure. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. If this is your first time checking out OnBoored, definitely subscribe and hit that notification icon so you get notified of latest videos, and you can watch more content from OnBoored. Follow us on Twitter. It is OnBoored, as well as Instagram, OnBoored, and again, YouTube. OnBoored is the channel. Join us next week, 6 p.m. And I'll probably have a review for you for Alien Covenant during the show. Our next separated review and spoiler review would be Wonder Woman, I believe, at that point.
No pirates?
I mean, if I get to see pirates for free, I will do one in the
free.
Show,
you're gonna go. Well, you go at night, so that's like $12, $13 in your neighborhood.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you very much, and always enjoy your entertainment.